Good morning, fellow zombies. Are we alive yet? Are we awake yet? Are we emotionally screwed up and sleep deprived? Because I sure as hell am. It's the diary of the griever named John Weaver, which is me from Roseman, California. It's about quarter before 5 o'clock in the morning. It is the 31st of March, 2026. And no doubt you guys are keeping up with the political crap of what Trump's saying and not saying, and people are going blah, 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 blah all the damn time. It's no wonder it's confusing as hell. It's confusing as hell to me, too. Listening to all this claptrap from the Sunday shows about how people are having opinions about this and that and feeling oh so good about themselves. You got the independents still coming out there, trying not to be corporate, but giving their viewpoints. And apparently the corporate media are still saying, well, we know better. I mean, how can you say about this? How can you say about that? Trump's this, Trump's that. And you go off the deep end. That's what I keep saying. When some of the independents are trying to get clips of that just to bolster their own. But I've been hearing from other independent producers out there who are having algorithm problems, and I'll thank Trump for that shit, and his billionaire assholes. Because the algorithms are governing how many people we've got for subscribers, and if we don't get the responses enough, the subscribers are going to be down to zeros, and then their channels are not going to be worthwhile, are they? Or keeping. The independents out there are freaking out, and they're saying to people that we need activity. Despite the fact they would have thousands of comments. But apparently the algorithms judged by the Billionaire Boy Club, by Trump and the Trumpettes. Even this is being attacked left and right. If we can't believe what's on corporate media, then we have to deal with what is the independent media. And they're trying to gather as much information from the corporate media and disseminate whether or not if the information is legitimate or not. And it drives people crazy when that happens. It happens that way. So, there goes my water supply. Give me a break. Give me a second. What I had floating around in my water bottle was a bug. Little tiny bugs get underneath the lid and somehow wind themselves into the bottle. It's lousy to drink bug juice. But I got it rinsed out, filled up with fresh. So at least I have that going. What is not going right now, and dare I have to ask this from everybody, but I'll tell you why. We who are the independent producers, are content creators, whatever kind of terminology you use. I'm a tuber. I put tubes out there. I put videos on the tubes. I tell them about my story. I don't make a damn dime. And if I did, I'd be broke as hell. I don't push shit down people's throats. I try to tell people what's going on in my life, but I also tell people what's happening with the political crap. And also what's happening with everybody else when I get to it. I've been focusing more and more about my own personal stuff, about how I am not dealing with my diabetes as well as I should. Balking at it left and right. I hate getting myself stabbed. It's life support for the diabetic to get themselves stabbed or have a monitor using them 24/7 that you can just use electronics and, oh, look how my blood sugar is. That means you got to have a hook. You got skin hooks. You got needles with skin hooks and just right into the skin and then taped. I like to take showers. Get myself cleaned off. Which means I have to keep reattaching the son of a bitch. Does it beat dealing with the blood work? Well, I gotta see what the hell I'm working with right now, right? Which means I need to get stabbed. Personalized stuff like this. How does it translate into the politics? Okay. It translates because the politics is affecting budget, it's affecting medical, it's affecting everything in my life and in everybody else's life. Access to it, finances to it, access to the equipment necessary, or to personnel that I need to talk to regarding things my body and my brain needs. And if I don't have access to it, well, I'm just like everybody else is going to die out in the streets. How about that one? That's a reality check. So budget has to come from the federal, which trickles down to the states, which I use to take care of me. Medicare, Medi-Cal. Call it the Medi-Medi. I'm senior, age bracket, disabled. Should get it, right? But we have people screaming and yelling about the Social Security going to be drying up in a few years because Congress never bothered to get off his dead ass to fix the damn shit. In either administrations over the past God knows how long, they've been warned about this thing. Doesn't matter if it was Republican or Democratic regime or administration. Doesn't matter. It still is. So, here we are. And Trump will screw things up because he wants his votes. He wants to maintain his power, his sanity. And there's a lot of people saying no to the guy. No King's rally, people estimate it was a lot more than last year. So, that'd be interesting. But how does it affect the independent creators? Well, it does. It affects us a great deal. The billionaires who own everything, including the same platforms we use. We're always under, even before Trump came in office, under the impression that the platforms were already used. But they are private entities that run these things. There are people who are taking money out of their pockets to support this stuff. And they're trying to get other people to support it by likes, numbers, algorithms. That's something that their programming wants to keep the channels alive, basically. The more people we get subscribed, the more likes we get, the more comments, it equals electronic currency of sorts. It builds up a bank saying that this channel is worth it, this channel isn't, because of the numbers. And they're dependent always on the numbers. Now the corporates and the company holders and stockholders are looking to see what kind of dividends they're going to be getting out of it. Ads are out there, ads are generated, ads need money. Content creators put their stuff out there and get ads for the company, but they also get money, get paid, because this is what they do. I haven't put myself into that situation. I don't even rate it. And then again, I'm not even stressing out as much over the damn thing in the first place. Maybe I should have. But I'd be kind of like in every other rat race, so maybe I'm in a different rat. I'm not elite. No, what I'm looking at is things that matter a hell of a lot out here. And scares a lot of people if these things don't work right. And the independents out there who are politically active, politically minded, they need their numbers because it means their channels will grow, have solidarity, have strength. But they freak every time they keep seeing the analytics. And the analytics are telling them other things. They're telling them that they're losing people. Now, is it a programming error? Is it a programming choice? Is it a decision made by a human and not by the numbers? So now they're on the plead. They're pleading for life. They're pleading to keep their channels alive, to keep people informed of what's happening these days. Because right now, it's an attack. To them, they consider it an attack. And I probably would if I was dependent upon those numbers a great deal. The more numbers we put in, the more comments, the more likes, the more shares. It means we're getting spread out in the net, so to speak. Hang on, I guess shield must be obeyed. Enjoy the bug show in the background. Ouch! Stuff I have to bring over to the damn doctor's office today. I hear ya. Yeah. Start growing it. For an old boy. For an old broad. You're heavy. Skinny ass mutt. Guess she decided to whine herself into existence. Okay. But this is what's happening, guys. In order for the independents to get known and to get their numbers and to get the word spread wide, hopefully without getting shut down, they need people like you who watch, who make your comments, and share things. Spread the word that they need to live. Now, they're not getting any money out of you, but they will be getting money out of the corporate sponsors who put up their ads out there, who are trying to think if this product is going to be worth it or not. If they make their living off of them. Me, I'm barely scratching almost 200. I freaked out when it was about 100. But if I get about 200, I think you'll really be panicking me. But what the hell? I normally don't plead, but in order to keep my channel going, guys, and I'm doing it because it's needed to be done. It's like it's like I need my soapbox bigger. Dealing with things that matter to me the most, it's not just to get the political crap going on, is to keep my channel surviving. But even if I had maybe one or two, and they're still watching, and they're still faithful enough, it should be fine for a guy just looking for the personal stuff. And if I was really, really looking for the numbers at this point, I'd be screaming and yelling at you guys, I need numbers. I want you to do this, I want you to do that. Well, it's going to be up to you, the viewers, to do that. The independents out there are having issues, trying to get the word out, trying to get the correct word out, trying to make sure that they have the ability to get their word out that matters the most. Especially when we have the word being consolidated into one large, ugly mass called Pravda. You don't know the term? The Soviet Union started building up their forces. When they started getting their empire, when they started to win popularity vote by force, they're going to be controlling the media left and right, so they controlled it and called it Pravda. They had television under Pravda. They had newspaper under Pravda. The Russians had that. Other little regimes have their own names for their own media-controlled platforms. And the independents are totally afraid, and I don't blame them, and I agree that we're going to be ruled by a regime who wants everything controlled under their way and their viewpoint only. So anything concerning about independent media, anything concerning about independent thought, what freedom, First Amendment rights are to the United States and to everybody else. It matters to us that we keep the platforms working. We may have to find other alternatives to keep it going. I tried establishing a couple. I have not been faithful of keeping those updated. I still need to relearn how to use Substack and Blue Sky. I got them listed. I still use Facebook. And I've been posting the stuff I've seen on YouTube and news things, posting it on Facebook. Facebook, I know, is going to be wiped out by someone because of political, because of the mindset or whatever kind of thought patterns they have. Even wiped out by the zeros and ones, I call them. But my question for me, under whose Under whose master am I serving? Under whose will am I following? And who's it important to? Who is it important for? I can follow the logic of everybody else, follow the circus. I know I got to do what I got to do. But I'm telling you what you're going to be running into out there, what I may be running into out there. Because I am not earning a dime, a penny, nothing. Not even street creds. I just throw my stuff out there. People like it, they like it. They watch it, they watch it. They comment. That's a rarity. Do you want to be informed? I'm not quite sure what the news media tells them. So they're looking for other sources of material. I look at the independent creators out there who are trying to gather as much information they have, observations that they have, so they put them on their own channels and are telling it to people. And I pick up on that. I'll post things on my comment page or community page if I have to. I got both. I've got alternative addresses for another channel to be popped up. If I can just get my mouse working right. To be activated. I mean, it's already activated, but I just haven't updated the damn thing in a while. So I'm trying to deal with what I've got and dealing with right now. And this is what I'm stating right now. This is what's happening in the independent world. We're dependent upon numbers, and we live and die by the numbers. Almost literally. Almost. Every one of us independent creators wants our work out there. But for the ones that are in the political arena, it's life or death. In a way. Of course, that's why they have their own backup channels, and that's why they keep updating them left and right. They live on them. Maybe I should too. I don't know, but it's like serving another master on this one, and I'm not quite comfortable with that crap. No, what I need is trying to do what I can, and if I get more subscribers, I get more subscribers. If I get more likes, I get more likes. If I get more comments, it's all in the algorithm. Maybe I should be still sticking around. I don't know what for, but I was taught a long time ago about two masters. Each of them don't like their servant to follow either one of them, and both are jealous. So I know some people are going to say, oh, and I'm going to say the word, fuck it. No, it's a balancing act at this point over here. Both are jealous. One's fighting for the spiritual warfare and the life of me, and the other one is just the digital life that I have. I don't care what kind of excuse I have, it's still a digital life. Do I like it? Trying to put my stuff out there, trying to tell people what's going on. I was doing this originally for mental survival. Now it's political crap happening these days. I tried to stay off of it for a while. It's getting worse and worse out there. I may have to go through other platforms if it comes to that. I'll let you know. I already told you about Blue Sky. I'm still going to work on that. It's similar to Twitter, isn't it? A Substack. It's not as glamorous. It works. Discord, I don't know. I haven't tried. Or tried to stay off the damn thing anyway. But I'm doing the best I can for right now. You guys want to like, comment, share, have fun. Wouldn't blame me if you happen to ditch. I'm boring as hell. Right now I'm focusing more on the health and welfare of my body and the diabetes situation, but I'm also keeping track of the politics and everything else that's related to it. I'm going to have to see a gastrointestinal specialist. Milk's not exactly doing its job when it comes down for acid reflux. That being said,